Welcome to Our English. I'm Priscilla Ramcharan, and I have here with me Miss Gillian.stoddard. She's here to share her journey and hopefully inspire you to create your own vision. And Jillian and I attended boarding school, Miss Porter's school together. So Jillian, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jillian. I went to Miss Porter's all-girls boarding school, just like Priscilla. I am now a financial representative with Northwestern Mutual, and I help people with financial planning. It has been a journey getting here, but I'm very happy where I am now.
Wonderful. Well, welcome again. And tell us, how did you decide on your career path?
So it was a bit of a wander through the forest. Wasn't a straight line. Just for some background, I went to Manhattanville College afterwards. I studied sociology and economics, and actually all through that I had an internship with a wealth management advisor at Morgan Stanley. So
Oh,
I knew I was
awesome.
interested in it, and I liked it then. However, I met my significant other, who I'm still with, halfway through college and ended up moving to Amsterdam for 3.5 years,
Oh,
um,
wow.
going on that adventure. And it was fantastic. I would never take away that experience. But I did go down a little bit of a different path doing that. So I ended up in the fashion industry.
Oh,
Um, and I was on the analytical side. So I started out with a little bit of sustainability, helping with auditing, making sure everything was ethical. And then I went into production and I was helping them plan amounts that they were going to order and sell and all of that. So I did that for a few years, and then I set up my own company. It was a web shop for sustainable lifestyle products.
congrats.
Thank you. That's where my passion is. Um,
Nice.
so I did that for a couple of years, and the next steps would have been to really raise money. I wasn't finding the right partner for that yet, and didn't want to do it totally by myself. I wasn't quite ready. So I was looking for other opportunities, and a recruiter from Northwestern Mutual reached out to me, and I thought, oh my God, this is full circle. I am super passionate about financial literacy as well, have always helped all my friends and family with budgeting. So why
Nice.
not? And here I am. I'm loving it. Talk to different people all day long, and it's great.
Wonderful. And that's the most important thing to remember is there isn't a straight line, but the decisions and the choices that you make kind of lead you to that niche.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Excellent. So what keeps you motivated?
Well, I think on a day-to-day basis, it's really the value that I give my clients, as well as just working with a great team too. Having good feedback, knowing that I'm making a difference in people's lives, that's really what drives me personally.
That is wonderful. And you said the key word team.
Yes.
That's so important. And I learned that the hard way. I was trying to just do everything myself. And I was like, wait a minute, I have people that know about these things. Let's get them involved.
I think they're so
Wonderful.
important.
Super important. And having you as a part of the team, that's wonderful too. So what does having a millennial mindset mean to you?
So I thought a lot about this, and I think we talked about it once before as well. And it's interesting because the way I grew up, um, it seemed as if there was a situation, that's the way it was, and you just had to figure out, how to be yourself within that. However, I think that the younger generation is thinking about how they can change their situation to better reflect what they need and how they can grow, as well as a desire to make a positive impact on a bigger scale. There's a lot of agency there.
Well said. I totally agree with you. And I agree also that we had that kind of specific path, high school, college, career, et cetera, et cetera. And nowadays, everyone's branching out and kind of being independent with their decisions and how they want to live their lives.
Absolutely. I see that with some of my clients too. You know, one of the first few questions that we ask after we talk about their goals and retirement and all that is, if they're planning on starting a family, how are they planning on helping their kids in the future? And does that involve education? And sometimes it doesn't involve education specifically, but just opportunity. And they say, if my kid doesn't want to go to college, if they want to go their own path, do their own thing, or figure it out in another way, I want to be able to help them with that.
That
And
is
it's
wonderful.
interesting.
That is so
It's
wonderful.
really important.
So we will put your links below for anyone who needs financial assistance. Not assistance in terms of money. Don't contact Gillian.
No, not
But
like that.
if you need guidance with your financial planning and all of that, it's so important to have someone with the knowledge that you have to guide you through.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right. And the last question is, how has attending an all-girls boarding school shaped your vision of life?
Well, I spent a lot of time thinking about this question when you sent it,
Uh-huh.
because I feel like it's really touched almost all aspects of my life. Um, when we go to boarding school, we're 14. I assume you were around then as well. Did you
Yes.
start as a freshman?
Yes.
So we're around 14 until, 17 or 18. That's a really, really fundamental time of your life. Your brain is still developing, you're learning a lot, social, intellectual, all that. So in a way, it really shapes who you are later as well. And I feel that being in an all-girls atmosphere really removed some of the unconscious bias of having boys in class. And it's not, it's unconscious, like I said.
Right.
But that means, more girls are participating because there are only girls to participate, and participation was required. It's less or no shame around intelligence.
And the comfort level
Yes,
definitely eases up a lot. I agree.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I also found, and I hope you did too, but I also found that there was a lot of support more specifically towards girls, whether it was emotional, physical, intellectual. It can be different at that age as well. And I think they very well supported us in a structured and routine way. But it was all there when I look back on it.
Yes. And I also thought we had a lot of freedom too.
Yes.
In our choices when we wanted to take a certain class or whatever. And it was super, super, super supportive with the faculty and the staff and the other students, because we all understood that we were having the same kind of journey, putting ourselves out there from whatever world we came from. When we came to Porter's, it was like, what world? This is our world.
This is our world now. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
I think that also helps with the the subjects that there are less women in currently, like this STEM, specifically science and tech. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're encouraged or challenged to take a higher level class than you might have otherwise taken by yourself or without any of that encouragement, that changes your potential career options too, and what you're comfortable going towards, whether it's in college or after college, however you end up getting there.
Absolutely. And I always think back to put myself in that mindset of independent woman. You got through that experience. It wasn't always easy,
No.
but
What is?
but you learned so much that you can apply those qualities to your current life, to your current. And we have such a huge network, which is what I love, is that you're not just done with Porters, you've graduated. Oh, well, it continues into your adulthood. Your network is so wonderful. And then you continue to meet people like you.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Wonderful.
And at all different stages too. I mean, as a recent grad, I remembered I reached out to people when I was job searching and I didn't even know what I was looking for. And it was great to have people to go to and say, hey, you're doing this. Like, can I just hear about your experience? And everyone is open to doing that. It's very valuable.
Wonderful. So with your current job, would you say that for someone like me who has no knowledge of financial management, things like that, would I feel confident to come to you with a clean slate, pretty much?
100%.
Perfect.
Yeah. And that's because we work with everyone. We don't have minimums like what a lot of banks have. And that's also because we do comprehensive financial planning. It starts with your foundation. If you don't have a good foundation, you can't do anything else.
Exactly, exactly. And well, nowadays with the pandemic and everything can be done online.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
All my meetings are Zoom or Skype or GoToMeeting.
Yes, excellent. So I will put your information below for anyone to contact you. You're fine with
Fantastic.
that?
Absolutely. Please.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jillian. You're amazing, and I can't wait to work with you in the future.
It's been a pleasure.
Awesome.